After earning his doctorate in wildlife biology from Colorado State University in 1976, Len Carpenter held research and management positions at the Colorado Division of Wildlife before becoming a field representative at the Wildlife Management Institute. In this August 2004 interview, Carpenter spoke about the environmental harm that results from the government's reluctance to sufficiently reduce grazing intensity in response to drought.
What's happened in the West in the last several years is that it really has been a very dry period. Dry times and droughts really do exacerbate the effect of grazing. In years of drought, and especially consecutive years of drought, that's when the impact really becomes significant. In fact, one of the things that just recently happened was the elk number of elk, some 300 head or so, that died in Wyoming this past winter from eating a small ground lichen in the sagebrush type, which was a fairly significant event. And most of the folks that are looking at it consider that a large part of probably what happened is that because of drought, because of absence of other forage items, that's what led the elk to start eating that particular lichen, which turns out to be quite poisonous. And so that's just an example that if grazing would be managed as it should be, there should be the option in very dry years to obviously cut back from the standard numbers that are permitted on public lands. And that really doesn't happen. Hardly ever does it happen. And I think that's one of the weaknesses, or probably the biggest impact of public land grazing today, is that there really is not the flexibility built into permittees and permits to allow that. Now there is, but they're hardly ever enforced.